All right, everybody, we are here, and I got running a little late because there must have been one heck of a line going through the magnetron here at the court. And right now I'm heading down to the courtroom itself, and I'm wearing a mask, so I have to kind of breathe a little bit. And what it is, I gotta go down. Kind of an interesting layout, and so we go. I have a little directory up here. I'm going to check real quick. If I don't fall flat on my face. $57.80. This is 57.80 is courtroom, and Henry Davis is a judge. And okay, they said at the end of the hall, and then okay, now we got to figure out where 5780 is. Now, I was told that if I stood by the elevator, nice view of the floor. Okay, let me do this. I'm going to turn the camera off for a minute. What floor is 5780 on? Fifth floor? All right. Yes, I'll go ahead and get in here. Sometimes those things work, sometimes they don't. Oh, well, fifth floor. Yeah. Covering it all, it's not a Plea case. Not Witness Media Services. I'm a YouTuber, basically. YouTuber. Yeah. Independent. Yeah, independent, correct. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, sir. Okay, we are in the fifth floor. And I'm going to go, and here we are. All these signs. Now, I have been told that I can live tweet. And so basically, we hurry up and wait. Because it is said that Jim Harold will come out that elevator along with other people. It's going to be an interesting challenge to find Field because, or see Field, I should say, because it's okay. Yeah, is it coming over the Zoom feed? Because I don't. Well, it's 8 o'clock. We got an hour to go yet. Well, I've got the phone aimed at the elevator. He has to come off the elevator, and it's the courtroom is right there. So he has to go by me to get to the courtroom. This is the only set of elevators up here, unless they get a secret entrance nobody told me about. But when I talked to Kim, she told me that this is how it's going to go. Uh, well, thanks. Although this is they require uh, a mask in the courtroom. So this is me getting ready to go into surgery and all that. Yeah. But that's, this is what, peekaboo. Okay, I'm starting to get beat. All the bailiffs are coming in. So let me go back on there. Well, they should show up at 8 minutes. It's 8:03. The hearing starts at 9. So it's a matter of, just who, how, and when things get started here. And generally, people will show up just a little bit early for court. So, hard to say what they're going to do. Yeah, remember the most of the peeps live in the central time zone and farther west. So it's 7 o'clock in the morning in Minnesota and Wisconsin right now. Now the task force is usually up and tweeting by 7 in the morning, my time. So, it's like she starts at 7 in the morning and goes all day. And they put up a couple conspiracy theory posts on their Twitter account so far. Well, they're not going to get through as long as I'm in the courthouse. I'm safe because it's security's pretty tight here, and um, unlike Orange County, they do require the mask. So if Field McConnell does come up, he's going to be in a mask. And the reason I was late starting is because sorry about that. There was a really long line to get through security. It goes all the way across the catwalk. Um, so yeah, that would be funny. They would, if they're down at the entrance to the courthouse, they're in the wrong place because everybody comes in here. You go to the parking lot, park your car, and then come up this elevator. Even if you come in the front entrance, you still have to come to this elevator. This building kind of reminds me of the airport where you got the north wing, south wing, east, west wings. They kind of spider all over the place. And then you got like 5870s on one side, 5780s on the other. And handy to the restroom over here. They got the restrooms right next to this courtroom. Um, so they don't have a case directory. They have another directory over here I'm going to look at. Trust my plan. That's what it was. Good morning, Rebecca. Welcome to the circus. All right, and we can sit here now for about the next 40 minutes or so and stare at an elevator. As you can see, when people march off the elevator, let the games begin. Well, the most exciting thing in the morning is looking at an elevator. They got a row of 3 elevators, and he'll come up one of them, and Kim will come up also. Everybody that's going to this particular courtroom will come on because you got the elevators here, and then you got the courtroom there. Uh, Whew. But this will be the limit of what I can do because then I have to shut the camera off. Hi, Levi. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute the microphone and the camera so that I can still use the uh, texting feature of the phone. And so that'll get me around that. And since they're zooming it to the public, you guys will be able to see it as it happens as well. Basically we'll get a picture of everybody coming off the elevator, and then I will mute everything. Okay, deputies going around, they put up the rosters. So put up I've been told that it is going to be on Zoom. Now I can't confirm that, but I started getting information basically from, I believe it was Glow, that said it was going to be on Zoom, and there was a link being sent out. But for practical purposes, there's no point in me doing anything at this end because you're not supposed to stream Zoom. So we wait. All right, 16 people up at 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. Eek. Welcome, everybody. And another elevator door opens up. Somebody with boxes. Okay, fireman. Hopefully somebody's got the link out there, but I'll be live texting through the proceedings, so we'll see how this goes. Good morning, Levi. Welcome. Well, Phil has not shown up yet, Levi, because the courtroom is not open. And he has to come off this particular elevator. So, unless there's some secret procedure that I don't know about, then we're going to nail him when he comes off this elevator. And I want to check something real quick. Be right back. The door to the courtroom is still locked, so they're going to have to come by here to get in, and somebody's got to unlock the door. That's funny, Rebecca. morning, Golden Mare. And anybody else that I haven't heard from quite yet? Morning, Lori. Of course, you've been here, so good morning again, anyway. Well, you got 45 minutes. You could do a quickie hoop if there is such a thing. Do a hoop while you're watching the show. Notice you always do your hoops outdoors. You ever do it inside? That that's a good question, Levi. It's hard to tell what you do. Because yeah, she was quite a ways from Timmy's. So there would always be a possibility of her showing up. Oh, okay. I was just curious. Well, it would explain why you do it outside. Do it outside. You would need about 5 square feet, maybe 6, to account for the what have you. Yeah, I've watched her a few times. It's kind of interesting. There's professional hoopers. They have championships just like every other sport. It's good exercise. You sure? Okay, he's wearing a business suit. He went around the corner the other way. So, so Field McConnell is in the building, and I'm not sure where they're going, but there he is. Yeah, it's still locked up, guys. Yeah, better early than late, I guess. Well, that was Phil McConnell. I even talked to the lawyer, so that was fun. That's his lawyer. Yeah, yeah, that's his attorney, and he's around the corner, and you can hear him yammering away. He's talking about driving down, and uh, he drove down from somewhere, I guess. Well, what I'm doing is I'm staying laid back. I don't think he's aware of who I am, and I want to keep it that way. but he's having a rather jovial conversation with his lawyer around the corner. So he's taking this well anyway, which is kind of funny. Well, he's sitting. They have these long church view like benches, and he's right around the corner from me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this train because we'll probably see Kim come upstairs. Uh, that's a good question. He's wearing a black business suit. So, but I would do that, but I don't want to move the camera. I've got it trained on the elevator. And then if anybody else shows up, I'm going to swing it around to the courtroom door because that'd be the best option to see him. That would be a little intimate. Now, if I had waited downstairs, I could have ridden the elevator with him. Okay, it's somebody with a badge just came in, or that lady was. Well, I can't pan over in that direction because there's an obstruction. If you see, that's the general area, and where that bend is in the hallway is where he's at. And basically, it would it would be better if I just leave him alone because he could say something to the judge and get me kicked out of the courtroom, and I don't want to risk that. Because you got to use a little bit of decorum when you're in these situations. And to harass somebody prior to the proceedings wouldn't go well. Hello, Red Line. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, if he hasn't punched the computer screen yet already. Yeah, court cases are nothing to fool with. You gotta maintain some distance. Um, no room for play acting and that sort of thing. This isn't like her Smirky Kirky in the Tim trial. Can't go that route. Yeah, he's gonna have to learn how to eat crow. Well, it's required by the court. You can't come in this courtroom without a mask. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me see. Now, this won't allow me to zoom in, so the software kind of fixes everything. If I try to zoom in, I get a menu on the screen. Okay, they opened up one courtroom, but I think we're about ready to get. Yes, the hearing is scheduled to start at 9 o'clock. And the one thing you'll find out on these things is courts are notorious for being late. Um, I don't know if this is the only case the judge has on the docket. I'm going to swing around. If you look off in the distance, real close, you're going to see a black placard with a couple white sheets on it, and that is the docket agenda. And this courtroom over here, oops, has one just to the right of the door. And what they have not done is put up any dockets yet. And, oh, it's sitting on my foot. And we got somebody coming in with a bunch of papers. Yeah. All right. Yeah, funny. That's about the same amount of material I've collected on homesteads. Well, he's a chatty little thing. He's just yammering away over there. There's a lot of small talk. Yes, it will come off today. Um, once they once everything's done and he goes to the probation department and signs his paperwork, that's the end of the GPS monitoring. And he's ready to travel and go anywhere he wants to go. I think he was talking about private airports or something. Yeah, it's hard to know what his um, attitude is going to be once it sinks into what he's going to have to do from here on out. So, that's, you can't judge somebody you don't know. So, well, it'll have to be. But after today, he's going to be pretty well forgotten because this is the end of the this is the end of the story. This is the end of the line. Um, After this, Field McConnell is nothing more than a footnote in QAnon history. And we move on to the next story, which will be Neely Blanchard, Cynthia Absug, and a case out of California. Um, there's a possibility it will be time served. I don't think there's going to be any further incarceration. That's the purpose of a plea deal, is to try and either get time served or get a minimum amount of time. And since he served almost 2 years, uh, it's probably going to be time served. But he will be adjudicated guilty of a felony. 2 felonies, I believe. One can hope, John. One can hope. Getting a bit of dry throat here. Uh, Judge Hammer, Hammer. Let me go over to the. Okay. And as you can see, if you have really sharp eyes, he's just around the corner. Okay. And they're opening the room. I guess it's like 2 doors because they got the set of doors on the outside and there's another set of doors. No, that's some African American man. There must be a different taste down the hall because this room stretches in all directions. Oh, hi, Monty. Welcome. Oh, what? You don't see it on the Zoom part? Um, because it's courtroom 5780, which is what is directly across from me here, and they've unlocked the courtroom, but Field is still sitting. So, yeah, that would be neat if Agent 19 showed up. Yeah, I appreciate Monty coming in. I mean, he was one of the early adopters of trying to put a stop to this nonsense. Okay, we got a half hour to go, so we should start popping up here pretty quick. Yeah, the judge may not be doing a Zoom. I had not gotten any because usually I check for that when I check the docket. They would put it on the docket if there was going to be a Zoom feed for the hearing. I think because of the nature of this case, he had to be here, and so that precluded any necessary uh, or necessity, I should say, for a Zoom hearing. You know, this is your standard in-person hearings. They do not stream out live hearings in this court. Judge Hunter Davis is the judge, yes. Yeah, if it's not coming up on there, then there's no Zoom hearing, which is one of the reasons if other than getting a quick shot of Field McConnell, there was really no reason to have, um, to make this trip. But since this is a live appearance, and when I was able to talk to Kim while I was down here, it was made the trip worthwhile. Hmm. Oh, really? That's interesting, GS. Thank you for that information. Yeah, it is Judge Hunter Davis. That's his name, and it's room 5780. That's a trip. Yeah. Huh. I guess they didn't unlock it. The deputy went in there a minute ago. Yeah, yeah. They're never on time. It's funny, the deputy went in and then the door locked behind him. Oh, okay. Well, if somebody has the link, they're more than welcome to post it. I haven't seen anything on a Zoom meeting. Who's your judge you have to see? Yeah, 5780. I don't know where that 4870 came from because we're all sitting here at 5780. If we see Field rushing off into the elevator, we'll chase it down. Because 4780, that's the fourth floor. We're on the fifth floor. I don't know. I haven't seen a link. That door's still locked. And the deputy went in and locked the door behind him. Yeah, this is. Then there's a lady next to me, and she's going to see Davis too. So there's probably a number number of cases coming out of this room today. Hmm. Yeah, that could be. what I'll do is if once they open the door and everything, I'll ask if they're doing any zooms. Plus, the positioning of the cameras in the courtroom will help me determine that as well. And I'll just tweet yes or no when it comes to Zoom. Yeah, Kim Picazio will be in court. I had a lengthy discussion with her last night. She's going to make a victim impact statement today. Boy, they're going to cut this one. Probably getting ready to charge $200 a pop for another seminar. Hmm. Well, wherever he is, he's not here. Uh, no, because if it turns up on the internet and they can source it back to me, I'd be charged with contempt of court. So I can't take that risk, which is the reason I'll be texting it out. Now I think Phil is all but forgotten. Well, if you can get the link out, I'm sure people will appreciate it. Uh, Another guy found out that the door is locked. Yeah, okay, here we go. Uh, I'm not sure what's going to happen in that department. Oh, I usually get two, and you know who they're from. Kim is a runt. Okay, Field and his lawyer have just gone into the courtroom. I'm going to see if Kim shows up, and in about at 10 minutes of, I'm going to turn the video off and the audio off. And I think the IRS is going to get all the cars. Have to wait and see how that one goes. Well, they came back out again. That was a surprise. It's going to be in chat here. I may do both. Uh, but what you guys can do is you can do the reverse of what we were going to do is to send everything over to Twitter. But I've got my other phone, so I'll be going back and forth between the two phones. It's probably the simplest way of doing this. No, they sat back down. So they went in and then turned around, came right back out again. So not sure what's going on. But I'll know at 10 of because I'm gonna move at 10 of. Morning, sir. Double check something because if there's any changes, I'll be notified. So I actually talked to him. I don't think he knows who I am. Because when I told him the courtroom was open, he looked directly at me, but I don't think he realizes who I am. And it was the same when he came off the elevator. He looked over, probably curious as to what the phone was. No, I will not be. I don't have the capability of it here. What I'm going to be doing is ordering transcripts, and I'm also going to order the audio file if they record it. But yep, he sure does. Although the way he walks, I think he may be early onset osteoporosis. There she is. He's around the corner. He's right around the corner. Okay, Tim is here. Tim is talking to Field and his lawyer right now. Yeah, sure he did. Well, in this case, they can't violate fireman because she approached him. Oh, here we go. Yeah, she said that deputy's the one that helped her out and all this. So, all right, I guess we're ready to start. Okay, what I'll be doing is I'll be texting from here on out.